Good evening, everyone. Keeping in mind our school's tradition, let us start today's event with the school anthem. Kindly rise for the same. Surround yourself with the dreamers, the doers, the thinkers, the believers, and most of all, surround yourself with those who see that spark within you and ensure that it is seen by others too. A very good evening to one and all present here. Welcome to the Sulonian International Film Festival 2020. It is a privilege and an honor to welcome today our director and principal, Mrs. Revati Srinivasan, along with the vice principals, the senior coordinator, heads, coordinators, our beloved teachers, parents, and all the Solonians across the world to this film extravaganza. I would also like to take this opportunity to welcome our Polish partner school students who participated enthusiastically and graced us with their contributions throughout. The SIFF is a 2-day event where we will be showcasing the creative experiments done by our students who created short films based on the Indian folktale, the Panchatantra. The Sulonian International Film Festival also encourages the students to put forward their thoughts and ideas through experimental filmmaking. But extreme times call for innovative measures, given that our attempt at experimental filmmaking has taught us to come up with creative solutions to present our thoughts. All Sulonian films have been shot at home in accordance with the safety guidelines laid down by the government. Staying indoors is just geography, but stepping out of the mind box and discovering new and better ways to do the same things is what creativity is all about, which is the very essence of the Sulonian International Film Festival. And on this note, I would now like to request our visionary, director, and principal, Mrs. Revati Srinivasan, an exemplary leader who has always encouraged us to walk the talk. I request Madam to please come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. Also, to welcome our chief guest for the day, Mr. Anup Jotwani.
Very good evening to all of you, and as I like to slang, I have very special prayers for all my students from Poland who have made this film fest possible. Very good evening to one and all. It is our privilege to host the very first Sulonian International Film Festival today. We have this as a two-day affair, today and tomorrow. And I am as excited and thrilled as my students are for this wonderful event. It's always been a dream for all of us that we make films, we create theater. It may be experimental, but all the same, we enjoy doing it. And this was one way where we can give an opportunity to our kids to make their own films with themes that give strong messages. And I am so proud of all my students and all the Polish students who have made this day possible with their wonderful films. They have come out with 4 segments, 2 segments belonging to the Indian, dedicated to the Indian directors and movie makers, filmmakers, and 2 to the Polish filmmakers. I wish to take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Anup Jotwani, and our Polish teacher who has come online with us to watch the movies, Ms. Agata. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation to be with us. Thank you, Agata, for encouraging and motivating your students to be a part of our International Film Fest. So we have 6 films from Poland as well, made by the students of Poland. We are so happy to have Mr. Anup Jotwani with us. He is a very, very well-known cinematographer, an alumnus of the FTII, that is the Films and Television Institute of India. He's made a lot of almost 300 television commercials as well. He's made a lot of feature films. To his credit, some of them being the Maya Memsaab and English August, and has worked with many directors like Ketan Mehta and Dev Benegal. And he's also a national award winner for Best Cinematography for the documentary Rasayatra, and that was awarded in 1994 by the then President of India, Dr. Shankar Dayal Sharma. With all this, he's also continuing to be a visiting faculty with FTII Pune and with the Satyajit Ray Film and Television Institute in Kolkata and Whistling Woods in Mumbai. It is indeed an honor and privilege for us to have him amidst us, to guide our students on what is the art and the science of filmmaking, to talk to us about filmmaking, because we only appreciate films, we critique it, but what is the art and science behind it? To all of that, we are very, very eager to listen to him. But as I know people who know him very well, from there, I understand that more than him being a great filmmaker, he is a wonderful human being, very humble, very, very simple. And as the saying goes, simple living with higher thinking. And I think that is very, very typical of Mr. Jotwani. So to him, I'd like to say thank you for being with us and for accepting our invitation. I now request him to give his inaugural address and followed by declaring the Sulonian International Film Festival open. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Nivasan, for your kind words and lots of adjectives. And thank you, the team of Sulonian Film Festival, for this privilege. It feels rather strange to be attending a film festival on the online platform. One would have liked to be there in person to interact with the student filmmakers, but that can't be helped, I guess. The pandemic has caused such major disruptions in our lives that this seems a minor inconvenience in comparison. Anyway, I'm glad to be here and hope when the next iteration of the Sulonian Festival takes place, these times would be behind us. Since I'm at the school and in line with the classroom tradition, I have been given a topic to speak on. And to make it tougher, I have to complete the task in under 4 minutes. I agree with the time limit part. Who would want the boring pre-event talks when you have exciting films lined up? I didn't. I have seen some of the films and I assure you that you have a great viewing experience in store. So let me quickly get on with this assignment. The art and science of filmmaking. Now, I doubt if filmmaking can ever be called a science, unpredictability being its middle name. However, it being one of the finest crafts, I would like to rephrase this talk as the art and the craft of filmmaking. As students of mass communication, you know that at one level, films are just another audiovisual communication medium to get the message across. But you can't deny that its power of engagement is huge. Undoubtedly, it surpasses all other mediums. Given its reach, it would be fair to say that film is the most powerful medium today. Even though it's temporarily out of theaters, it still rules. Just look around. It's everywhere, on the internet, on social media, on streaming platforms. And it is exciting to see so many people making films today. Let's not confuse filmmaking with random recording that everybody does on their smartphones. That's just making a video record and not filmmaking. Of course, just as writers need to master the use, just as writers need to master the use of words, painters the use of colors and brush, the musicians the musical instruments, a filmmaker needs to excel at understanding the tools of his and her trade. For a filmmaker, the craft is not limited to technology and tools like cameras, sound recorders, editing apps, visual effects software, etc. But craft also means mastering a whole lot of soft skills like scripting, directing actors, managing the whole team, etc. It helps to go to a film school and acquire these skills, but it is not mandatory. Structured learning helps to cut down on time. That's all. Honing a craft is a continuous process, and one remains a student forever. You learn something new every day. So is filmmaking just about mastering the craft? Certainly not. Just as typing skills won't help you write a book, ability to use a brush won't make you a painter, nor would you be called a musician if you learn how to bang the keys of a piano. The most important thing in a film is its content. Content that would touch your heart and make a film memorable. Content which comes from the mind of a filmmaker, a mind full of ideas, dreams, and experiences. There's no school which can teach this. You can read, watch, listen, travel, and expand your horizon. The only teacher for content is life itself. Marry good content and effortless craft, and you have the recipe for a perfect film. A perfect unison of art and craft. I know that quite a few of you would want to take up filmmaking as a career choice, and go on to become accomplished filmmakers. I hope that you do manage to find that elusive mix of content and craft every time. Here's wishing everyone the very best. Hope to see some great films. Thank you. And with this, I declare the Sulonian Film Festival open. Mrs. Srinivasan, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your blessings, and thank you for inaugurating our first film fest.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Madam and Anoop Sir, for your kind and love and encouraging words. Now we begin with the SIFF, with the very first segment dedicated to Dada Saheb Phalke. Dhundiraj Govind Phalke, popularly known as Dada Saheb Phalke, is known to be father of Indian cinema. Right from making India's first feature film, Raja Harishchandra, in 1913, he has set several milestones and shifted paradigms to establish cinema as an industry, which goes by the popular name of Bollywood. So we now bring to you a short movie that captures the very essence of Dadasaheb Phalke's pioneering work in Indian cinema. After this, we will be presenting to you a set of Indian and Polish movies.
Dadasaheb Phalke was born as Dhundiraj Govind Phalke on 30th April 1870. Being an innately creative person, he studied sculpture, painting, and photography. The turning point in Phalke's life came when he watched the silent French film The Life of Christ in 1910. He was very fascinated with the art of moving pictures. With a strong determination to learn the craft, Phalke went to London in 1912 and trained under the British pioneer filmmaker Cecil Hepworth. After a few months, he returned to India with the filmmaking equipment and a treasure of knowledge. Phalke soon established the Phalke Film Company. He had a great admiration towards tales from the Hindu mythology. He felt that making films on Hindu mythology would help build a connect with the audience. He thus decided to make the film Raja Harishchandra. It took nearly 7 months to complete the process of filmmaking. The film premiered on 21st April 1913 and became the first feature film in the history of Indian cinema. The film, written, directed, co-produced and distributed by Phalke, became a great hit. Phalke went on to make several more films like Mohini Bhasmasur, Lanka Dahan, Satyavan Savitri and Kalia Mardan. The concept of double roles in films was introduced by Phalke in the film Lanka Dahan, wherein actor Anna Salunkhe played the mythological characters of Ram and Sita in the same film. Back then, it was considered a taboo for women to work in films. Phalke encouraged women to consider films as a profession. He was extremely experimental in his approach and loved experimenting with special effects. He also introduced the studio culture to India and thus established filmmaking as a business in the country. In 1917, Phalke, along with several other partners, established the Hindustan Film Company. For his priceless contribution to the Indian cinema, he came to be known as the father of Indian cinema.
Good morning, everyone. We have to present the new policies of a company to the heads in 2 weeks. So, who is willing to volunteer to make the presentation?
Ma'am, I'm willing to volunteer as I have some ideas that I think will impress the heads of the company.
Hey, I have faith in you, Ashika. All the best.
Nisha, why don't you volunteer too? I know you have the potential to make a better presentation.
No, Prachi, I think that she will make a better presentation as she is more experienced than me. And other than that, she has already taken the opportunity.
You don't realize that you're missing out on so many opportunities.
Now, I would like to start with my presentation. And with that, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you for cooperating.
Very well explained, Ms. Ashika. But I have a question. How exactly will our company benefit from the fifth policy?
So, according to the plan that I presented, ma'am, we can say that
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you, ma'am, but can I answer that question for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, so
Nisha, thank you so much for covering it up for me by handling the question. You know what? I realized my mistake. By simply being faster than you, I thought I could outdo you. But just because you're slower than me doesn't mean that you're not capable, right? I'm sorry. Anyways, after all, slow and steady does win the race.
That day, Ashika realized that it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop.
How exactly will this fifth policy be benefited?
hello, mic testing, hello.
Ma'am, I'm willing to volunteer as I have some ideas. Here are ideas.
Yes, please.
And here, I would like to conclude my Nanika Bulale end.
She will make a better presentation. She will.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi,
Oh, hi Patrick. What's up?
not bad. It's beautiful weather today. Do you want to go skateboarding to the park?
If my mother agrees, I will go. Hi Kuba.
Hi, Kuba.
Hello, everyone.
I and Patrick are probably going to the park to skateboard today. Do you want to go with us?
I'd love to go, but tomorrow is a math test in geometry. I don't understand this topic.
Oh no, it's really tomorrow. I forgot.
If you don't understand it too, maybe we will learn together.
Great idea. Patrick, do you want to study with us?
No, I don't need to learn it. Geometry is easy for me.
Oh, really? Could you explain this topic to us?
I don't want to.
Patrick, please.
It's really hard for us.
I'm tired and sleepy. I have to go bed.
Patrick.
Patrick, please.
Bye.
It wasn't nice.
That's right.
But with or without him, we must learn. Do you have any notes?
Yes, I'm looking for them.
Hi.
Hi, what's up?
We are going to the cinema. Do you want to go with us?
I've got the one in biology and my mom won't let me go.
If you want, we can help you learn this.
Oh, really? You want to do this for me? Thanks.
Sure, we are friends.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, Didi, I'm fine. मुझे कुछ काम था. Can you help me? My fridge has actually stopped working.
Oh, see, the basic things that can cause your fridge to stop working are
Okay. Oh, okay. Bye. Hey.
Hi.
Listen, you're an electrical engineer, right? My fridge is giving me some problem. Should I search a YouTube video or something?
Hey, why do you want to rely on a stranger on the other side of the world when you got an electrical engineer on the other side of the camera? Now listen to me and do what you're told. To me, तुम लोगों ने सीखा नहीं is the refrigerant which has issues. See, wait, let me explain. Refrigerators work by causing the refrigerant circulating inside them and changes it from a liquid into a gas. This process is called evaporation and it cools the surrounding area and it gives the desired effect. It contains a compressor.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
ए भाई व्हाट्सअप क्या कर रहा है?
अरे देख रहा है यार. My fridge again stopped working. I asked Vaishnavi and Aditi also.
The cases have reduced now, so just call an electrician.
I would have, man, but now it's not possible. There's a new case in my building.
Okay, see, according to my experience, the condenser has been destroyed. Also, check the fan of the fridge. Sometimes when it starts working slow, the cooling can be reduced and thus there can be problems.
Chal, anyways, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
अरे ये स्विच किसने ऑफ किया? सारा दूध खराब हो गया.
Hi, I'm Ethan Rodrigues.
Hi, I'm Karthik.
And I am Vaishnavi Nambyar and I hope you guys like the film.
How are you? I'm fine. I'd like to choose one person to do a digital presentation on ancient Greece. Maybe Nofi.
Oh no, why me?
Could you do that?
Yes.
That's so bad. I have no idea how to do that. I'm not good at history.
Matthew, how is your presentation?
Good, I have almost finished. Thanks for your help. I would never manage it by myself.
This is a very nice presentation. Well done, Mateusz. You will get an A class for that.
A very good morning, class. I have an important announcement to make. From today, a new girl will be joining us, and her name is Anshika. All of you, please welcome her.
Hey guys, Anshika called me today to ask for the link for tomorrow's lecture. I think हमें उससे और बात करना चाहिए, right? क्या बोलते हो?
हाँ हाँ वीडियो कॉल करते हैं.
Okay, sure, cool. चलो, bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is Anshika. मैंने बोला था ना तुम लोग को कॉल पे.
Hi अंशिका, कैसी है?
Hi, I'm fine.
यहाँ पे किसी को जानती है?
No, right now I've not made any friends. I just shifted last week from Delhi.
Oh, Delhi?
Oh, Delhi.
After talking for several hours together, they realized that Anshika is the perfect addition to their group. After a certain amount of reluctance, Anshika opens up and tells them about the fact that she was bullied in a previous school.
Guys, I have my jam tomorrow. मेरे को बहुत डर लग रहा है.
अरे chill मार यार. Your oratory skills are amazing. You'll be the best.
But what if I'm teased about my height? I don't want to face the trauma again. What if I fumble and ruin everything?
See, Anshika, you can't let anyone else ruin your performance. It's all about self-confidence and not physical attribute. तू ही सोच यार, तू state level basketball player है.
Yes, rock it, okay?
We're always there with you, and we'll get through this together.
Thank you, guys.
A very good morning, class. Let's start with today's jam session. Anshika, we shall begin with you. And remember, you will be given only a minute each to prepare and present your topic, and you can choose a number from 1 to 7.
I will go with number 4, ma'am.
Topic number 4 is body shaming.
Good morning, ma'am, and everyone. Height is something I've always worried about, but it didn't hamper my basketball.
And that's how Anshika overcame her fears and spoke her heart out, giving her the self-confidence and ended the jam session with a bang. All thanks to the support system, her friends, who helped her face the situation head-on.
After the incredible 5K segment, we now move on to the second segment dedicated to Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski is a famous Polish-French filmmaker, director, screenwriter, actor, producer, as well as a director. Polanski's first feature-length movie was made in Poland and was nominated for the United States Academy Award for the Best Foreign Language Film. Throughout his career, Polanski has received 5 Oscar nominations, winning the Academy Award for the Best Director in 2003 for The Pianist. He also received 2 Golden Globe Awards at the BAFTAs. We wish to thank our Polish friends for this upcoming short film on Roman Polanski, followed by the second set of Indian as well as Polish movies.
Build her to
Hey Vikram, did you have your breakfast?
Yeah, huge hatties.
Vikram, what is this all about? Any plans set in Germany?
No, not until I leave you. I'm having a presentation today with German investors. So I'm planning to greet them in German. That's why I'm learning it.
All the best.
क्या यार नंदन आज फिर से लेट आए हो आज तो मेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मीटिंग भी है बोल दो नंदन क्या कहना चाहते हो पगार के बारे में बात करनी थी अभी थोड़े दिन पहले ही तो बोनस दिया था
वो बच्चों की स्कूल की फीस भी भरनी है और महंगाई भी बहुत बढ़ गई है ना सर
ठीक है मैं सोचता हूँ इस बारे में
सर तो आपने क्या सोचा
How was the presentation today with the German investors?
They said they don't see any potential within our company and they are not going to invest.
Don't worry, friend. It will be all okay.
Hope so.
सर वो पगार के बारे में बात करनी थी
क्या पगार लगा रखा है इतनी देर तो रहो काफी नहीं है क्या
मतलब ये तो आप उल्टी बात कर रहे हो आपको पगार तो बढ़ानी पड़ेगी
वरना क्या हाँ
वरना मैं नौकरी छोड़ दूंगा
तू क्या नौकरी छोड़ेगा मैं ही तुझे नौकरी से निकालता हूँ The meeting was terrible. The Germans are not going to invest in our company. Boss was really vexed.
Don't worry, Vikram. Tomorrow will be a better day.
I don't think so. Tomorrow I have to drive by myself.
What happened to Nandan?
I have fired him. He was repeatedly asking me for a raise and telling me that he would leave the job.
You should have done that, Vikram.
Let's not talk about this thing at the moment.
As you wish. So, how was it today, Vikram?
God, the number of cars in this city are insane.
Of course, is the case every day. But I've never seen you this irritated before.
Yeah.
You should consider calling Nandan.
I'm going to have dinner now. I'm starving. Don't call. I have some office work to be done. I would have done that in the car, but I was driving so I couldn't do it.
I don't mind. You will suffer the pain, not me.
मुझे साहब से माफ़ी मांग लेनी चाहिए थी। इतने अच्छे साहब और मैडम कहीं नहीं मिलेंगे।
साहब, अरे मैं अभी तुम्हें ही फोन करने वाला था।
सर मुझे आपसे माफी मांगनी है। हम पहले से ही काम के टेंशन में थे और मैं बार बार पगार की बात किया जा रहा है।
नंदन, मुझे भी तुमसे माफी मांगनी चाहिए। मैंने बिना तुम्हारी बात सुने ऐसे ही तुम पे गुस्सा कर दिया था।
तो आपने मुझे माफ कर दिया?
हाँ नंदन।
तो मैं कल से काम पे आ जाऊँ?
आज से ही चलो। और हाँ, रही बात तुम्हारी पगार की, वो मैं जरूर बढ़ाऊंगा।
So ladies and gentlemen, we need each other to survive, to work effectively and win.
Working with everyone in the team was an elite opportunity and an experience.
This experience helped me to discover my acting skills.
Opportunity to dig deeper into creative skills.
It was a great learning experience.
It was something new that I had never tried before.
A very enriching experience.
It was a fun experience and unique considering the lockdown situation.
It was a marvelous experience.
Creating this film from one's home was a unique experience.
In a small town in Poland lived 3 siblings. They were very good students, but only in one subject. Everyone indifferent. Once they had 3 exams in 1 week, one from Polish, one from maths, and one from science. The exams was very hard and the marks were not good. Each of children had only 1 positive mark from subject they were good at. Siblings had problems and they would to solve them, so they went to their mom. She told them, "Look, my children, I have 1 pencil and when I want to break it, I can do it without any problem. But when I will have 3 pencils, I would not could do that." Siblings were understand what their mom wanted to say, and they knew what they should learn together before next exams. A few weeks later, they had once again a few exams, but this time they learned together. Brother, who was the best from maths, teach his sisters this subject, and sisters did it similar but from Polish and science lessons. This was very effective and they had the best mark from their class. You must to remember, unity is strength.
Respect, Jim. I have something here. I want you to take a card and I want you to put it on your forehead. And take a card, any card.
हाँ बोल.
Hey bhai, let's play.
Right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, fine.
Game paused.
Vish?
I can do that tomorrow. I have time. Blah blah ye, blah blah wo. This interview is a cakewalk for me. Now let's enjoy this Shezwan.
and I misspelled the word in front of the entire school. The word failure. Cut! Was that good? Did I make it?
Tastes like red chilies in a cold latte, and it sounds just like a song. I want more chili and that spicy feeling, It's so wonderful and hard. Breathe me in, breathe me out. I don't know if I could ever eat without it.
I would like to thank my cast and crew of the film and all my fans for this lovely award. So cheers to that and good night everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm calling from the Mumbai Film University.
This is Krishna from Thailand.
You had an interview about 30 minutes ago, but since you did not turn up, your interview has been cancelled.
नहीं क्या?
Szechuan chutney, red chilies in a cold latte. Maybe you're the end of more. I want your chili and that one cold feeling, Getting washed today.
That was a wonderful set of movies indeed. Moving on, right from the days of Raja Harish Chandra by Dada Saheb Phalke, the Indian film industry, and Bollywood in particular, has transitioned in leaps and bounds. Coming up now is a movie which showcases this very journey over the past few decades.
The evolution of Bollywood. The cinematic movement in India went through a series of radical changes to give us what we know today as commercial Bollywood cinema. From the progress of the silent era into the talkies era, all the way to the studio system, each technical and cultural development has shaped the Bollywood film industry to something that is ingrained in our lives. While parallel cinema developed on the fringes of mainstream cinema in the 50s, Bollywood entered into the golden era. Early Bollywood players like Sohrab Modi and Mehboob Khan from the 40s now had to face two rising giants of Indian cinema, Raj Kapoor and Guru Dutt. Raj Kapoor, who began his career as a clapper boy in the Bombay talkies, went on to direct and act in his own films like Barsat, Awara and Shri 420. His social films that glorified the underdog became a great success in the Soviet Union, leading to an Indo-Soviet co-production Pardesi, starring Nargis and Balraj Sahni. Guru Dutt can be credited with starting the trend for heart-rending and emotional movies like Kagaz Ke Phool, Pyasa and Sahib Bibi aur Gulam. Dilip Kumar, Raj Kapoor and Dev Anand, each with their own distinctive style, became stars of the era, quite similar to the three Khans today. The beginning of the 60s saw films like the historical base Mughal-e-Azam, with its luxurious sets, dancers and deep cultural roots of the Urdu language in its dialogues, and the highly entertaining Shami Kapoor's romantic films like Jungli. It was Raj Kapoor's Sangham in 1964 that started the trend of shooting in foreign locations. The path-breaking romantic drama Guide in 1965 starring Dev Anand is considered as a Bollywood classic and was the first film to be showcased in Cannes Classic at the Festival de Cannes in 2008. The late 60s saw the birth of one of the early superstars of Bollywood, Rajesh Khanna, who went on to rule the next 10 years. The 70s began with Raj Kapoor's Bobby in 1973 that portrayed young love in a new light. It was also the introduction of action into mainstream Bollywood. It was the characterization of the angry young man portrayed by Amitabh Bachchan in film after film like Zanjeer and Diwar that revolutionized the way people viewed the common man. Sholay, which brought the Western genre to Indian cinema, went on to become a cult film. The threatening lines delivered by its villain Gabbar Singh glorified the anti-hero. From the introduction of bell-bottoms and sideburns in a stereotypical Bollywood hero of the 70s, the 80s were swept up in the new box office trend disco. With music and dance ingrained in the contrasting themes of romance and revenge, this decade saw the emergence of Bollywood classics like Satte Pe Satta, Mr. India and the like. Moving away from a predominant male society, we now see female-centric films emerging in cinema halls like Khoon Bari Mang in 1988, Chandni and Chalbaz in 1989. The 80s was a transitional phase into the romantic and family drama genres of the 90s, which was the decade of Hum Aapke Hai Kaun, Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge and Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, the movies that we still watch and love. With the opening of the economy, Bollywood went international, making it one of the largest cinema hubs in the world today. Although these last 2 decades of the new millennium have seen a drastic shift from formula-based films dictated by the genre into those that do not fit into one genre, success at the box office is still determined by the masses who flock to cinema houses with the purpose of escapism.
While we Indians remain enamored by Bollywood, it is very heartening to know that Poland, as a country too, shares the same passion for filmmaking. I would now like to invite Miss Agata Reihert, our Polish partner school teacher, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Agata Reichert, and I am an art history, culture, and English teacher. I teach in a high school, Sobieski number 2 in Krakow, in Poland. And I'm also a coordinator of international exchanges. We have a lot of exchanges all over the Europe, but it will be the first time we can participate in such a project. On behalf of our principal, Mr. Marek Stempski, all the teachers and students and the whole community, school community, I would like to greet you and to say thank you because we are very happy that we can participate in this film festival. It's an honor for us to participate and cooperate. I think in our opinion, the cinematography of both our countries is well known all over the world. And both Indians and Polish films have contributed a lot into the international cultural heritage. And the film festival is a great occasion for all of us to get to know more about the Indian and Polish cinematography and famous film directors as well. And I would like also to mention that filmmaking is a very creative way of studying for the students, and they can study other culture of another country, and that's great. Moreover, students build up their self-confidence and social skills. They get to know how to work as a teamwork, which is very important nowadays. And they broaden their minds and deepen their knowledge of IT skills and filmmaking. And of course, because there's an international project, they build up their knowledge of English. So we are really happy, and I hope that that's the beginning of our cooperation, and we will work on the other projects online, and then when it's possible we'll meet each other in person. So I'd like to thank your principal and the head of the school, and also all the teachers involved in this project, and also all the students. It's a great experience to watch your movies, and I'm really happy that we are taking part in this event. Thank you.
Thank you, Agatha ma'am, for your kind words. As a mark of respect for your participation, we would now like to play the Polish national anthem. I request our audience to kindly rise and stand in attention for the same. And with that, we come to an end of this day. Do join us again tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. for yet another hour of wonderful cinema. Until then, take very good care of yourself. Thank you.